Hi guys, not been doing a video for a while, been so busy. I think I've spoken to over 500 of you guys over the last couple of weeks. It's been really interesting. It's nice to bring the international community together, and YouTube certainly offers the scope to do that, so it's been really enjoyable talking to you guys. I've spoken to guys from as far as the Far East, Australia, Thailand, as well as chaps in Africa, Europe, Middle East, and all the way to South America, as well as North America. So it's been really exciting. Really enjoying what I'm doing. Getting very busy with Skype tutorials. Sort of initially, this whole channel was set up to teach people how to trade, but it's clearly evolved into more of a cryptocurrency channel, which is fine as long as this bubble is alive and kicking. I'm happy to offer that service. So, just to let you guys know who are currently on the email list. Um, what I've decided to do is just to stop doing videos, sort of private videos as such. I will still try to upload videos onto YouTube whenever I can, so once every couple of days, I hope. So if you guys want to join the private email list, what you want to do is just email me at financialfreedom007@outlook.com, and all you need to do right in the email, just literally write um, sign up to email list. That's all I need really. So what I'll do then, I'll then go into the Outlook system and I'll add you to the private email list. And essentially what I'm looking at doing is sending out an email every Sunday and every Wednesday. So twice a week. That's Sunday and Wednesday, 9 a.m. At some point between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. in the morning, UK GMT time on a Sunday as well as a Wednesday. I will send out a piece of text which will literally have my tips for the coming days and for the coming weeks after that. Okay, I don't want to do it more frequently than twice a week, only because some of these moves clearly take quite weeks to develop, and anything less often than a week, it might be the case that we've missed something. So I'd rather do it twice a week. The charge for that will be £40 per email sent out. But if you guys want to at least get onto the email list, just all you have to do is just email me today. All I need in the email is for you to write um, uh, join email list, and I'll add you to the list. And this Sunday I'll start that off at 9 a.m. and I'll be sending it out. So hopefully the more people involved in that email, the better. Only because doing private videos is taking too long. Private audios also works. But I'd rather just write down the tips on a sort of on an email for you guys. So that'll be £40 per email, both on Sundays and Wednesdays. Now, so if you guys want to join, just email me and ask me to add you to the list. Now, I will still try to upload videos. If you guys are interested in Skype tutorials, let me know. And I've somehow become also a portfolio manager and advisor as well, which I don't mind doing. The only thing I would say as regards to the portfolio is it's interesting what people are emailing me and talking to me, because I'm getting a whole host of different people. This is just Einsteinium, by the way. If you guys are interested, this is about to break out probably as we finish this video. So please do trade at your own risk. But it looks as though Einsteinium's ready for a break. So if you want a free tip, there you go. So the way I'm looking at it, I mean, the way hedge fund portfolios generally work is, I mean, prior to 2008, what hedge funds used to do was hold stocks typically between anywhere between one week and 3 months. Okay, after 2008, what happened was that the market became incredibly volatile, and the number of market participants increased exponentially. Because let's be honest, since 2008, everyone thinks that they can trade. Everyone thinks they can, live in their mum's basement with a jar of Vaseline and 10k and think they can make millions of pounds. So because of that, the volatility has doubled. So since 2008, what hedge funds have been doing is typically holding between 3 days, so that's the abbreviation for 3 days, all the way up to 6 weeks. Now, the problem with altcoins is that they're very, very volatile. Okay, so you can't really use this hedge fund philosophy. I mean, not that a lot of you are doing. The other thing with hedge funds is they can go long and short, and I don't recommend you guys ever shorting. Don't ever short cryptocurrencies. I know a few of you guys are down 300k on a short position on Bitcoin, so good luck with that. Don't short, don't trade on leverage or margin. So it's you have to follow a mutual fund kind of thinking. So a long only portfolio because you guys can't go short. And even if you could, I don't recommend it. Now, clearly, in 6 weeks, an altcoin would have gone up 70 bajillion% and come back down 70 bajillion%. So that's not recommended. So what you guys need to do is probably even half this time. I would typically be holding an altcoin anywhere between, I don't know, maybe 1 to 2 days all the way up to probably 2 weeks. Okay, I don't think any of you could ever hold for 6 weeks. Now, what you want to do with this is, once again, using the hedge fund analogy. So these are my typical holding time. Now, this is very much dependent for you guys if you're medium-term traders, short-term traders, or long-term traders. Okay, obviously there are some of you who are long-term traders, in which case you don't really need my help, to be honest. You can just buy pretty much whichever altcoin you want within reason and just sell before this bubble collapses. How long that will be, I'm not sure. However, for you guys who want to trade in and out, typically you want to hold anywhere between 1 to 2 days and 2 weeks. So something like Verge, which is obviously breaking out, I've got a lot of emails saying when to sell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no reason to sell Verge. Why would you sell Verge? It's been accumulating for damn near 2.5 months, and that's ready to break out. If anything, you should be buying on the dips. So, that's the way I like to sort of do it. So that's the hedge fund analysis. Now, just moving forward, typically, well, let's just go with hedge funds. So hedge funds will typically put 70% of their portfolio into stocks, 20% into commodities. Sorry, what's that? 17. Sorry, it's 60% stocks, 20% currencies, 10% forex, and bonds, and then typically they'd have between 5 to 10% in cash, right? Or 10% in, or 10 to so 60 to 80, 90, yeah. So 5 to 10, 15% in forex and bonds, 10% cash. Now, looking at your portfolios, and I've seen at least 30 of them now, because I've got quite a few clients, it's quite interesting to see the degree of variation between the portfolios. Now, as far as I'm concerned, the most you ever need is 10, maximum 15. I mean, one of you guys has got a portfolio of 66 coins. How you guys keep a track of those coins, I've got no idea. I mean, God knows how many ledgers and vedges and, Ethereum wallets and Exodus wallets. I mean, Crypto Bobs is the guy you need for that. I'm not an expert, but typically, if you guys are new to this game, i.e. by new, I mean, you've got in the last 6 weeks, I would have a portfolio of anywhere between 10 to 15. Obviously, that's very much dependent on your capital. Now, the reason I use the hedge fund analogy is typically a hedge fund would always keep at least 5 to 10% in cash, just so they can take advantage of very short-term opportunities, like yesterday with the Fed raising interest rates, which we all know was going to happen. So, with altcoins, very clearly, in the space of a few hours, things could suddenly change. I mean, you might get a tip from myself or a tip from someone else. You might hear something on the fundamental side. I don't know what that word means, myself, or on the media. Once again, I don't know what that word means. So if you guys need to act fast, you guys need to be 10% in cash or 10% in BTC, so you can quickly jump onto Bittrex and trade your account. Looking at your portfolios, what I'm realizing is actually none of you guys actually holding cash on the side. So you're having to then sell some altcoins to then go into BTC and then go into a trade. So what you want to do is have a portfolio ideally of 10. Me, myself, I couldn't, there's no way I could keep track of more than 10 at a time. We all know also, the other thing alongside this is what you want is a mix of large, medium, and small cap coins. Okay, so the large coins are basically 500 mil or over. Your medium coins are between 100 and 500 mil, and your small caps are 150 mil or less. Obviously, those numbers are slightly variable because as each day goes by, the coins are going to get larger. So you could increase your large cap cutoff to 600 mil if you like. But generally, you want the way that I'd like to do it is if I've got 10 coins, 2 of them are going to be large caps, 6 of them are going to be medium, and 2 are going to be small. Only because these small fuckers are too volatile. So, and volatility kills performance. If that's this is sort of performance or whatever, this is volatility, or time, whatever. The performance of the portfolio drops over time because of these small fuckers. So the way I see it, if you've got 10 stocks and let's say you've got 10k, Obviously, let's use the analogy. You should have at least 10% of that one. So 1K should be in cash or BTC ready to roll when you need to. Okay, and so then you could. I mean, to be honest, it should be at least 15% cash. I'm always in 20% cash. 20% cash at all times, cash or BTC. So I want to be there, ready to roll. If I see an opportunity, like in Einsteinium, I want to be getting in. So personally, I'm 20k 20% cash, but let's just call it 10% cash. That's 1k, so that leaves 9k left. So without making the maths too confusing, with this 9k, you want to split it up into 2-6-2 ratio. So 20% of that 9k is going to be in large caps, i.e., Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple, Neo, obviously. All right, this is where the bulk of your money is going to be coming in from your medium stocks, because these aren't too volatile, but at the same time they won't they won't go up and down a bajillion% per day, but at the same time they'll give you a nice relative return over time, which is what you want. And your smaller caps, I would also have two in here as well. So 20% large caps, 60% here, 20% here, and these are just short-term flips. That's the only way that I will use any less than 150 million cap Bitcoin. I'm treating it as a proper penny share. If it goes at 40%, that's it. I'm out. I'm going to go into the next one. So the reason I wanted to cover this was because I don't think any of you guys have any. I mean, I've seen one or two portfolios which are really good, but a lot of them I'm seeing way too many coins. And if that's what you guys have been advised on, then that's fine. But I like to do it the hedge fund way. I like to keep some cash behind, and I would personally, I'd split it this way, 20 60 20. What I'm seeing is in some of your portfolios the small caps are taking up like 60%, and because they're so volatile, it's killing your performance over time. We're not managing to build this portfolio because the volatility of the small caps are eradicating the returns of the medium and the large. Personally, you could go as far as to say even have 10% here, 10% here, and have 80% in medium caps. So these are things like Metal, Verge, basically everything from everything more than 100 million and less than 600 or 700 million. So that's the bulk of where you get them, because these aren't too volatile, but over time, performance over time, they will generally give you a good, well, I mean, that's an exponential curve, but they'll generally give you a good rate of return. And generally, all you're looking for with your portfolio, if you start off with 10k, what you're looking for is an increase of 1%, 1% every day. So let's say 10k. This is very conservative. So that's day 1, day 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 13, 3, 4, 13, 3, 4, 5. So in a space of 30 days, because of compound interest, and I'm sure you guys know about Einstein, he did say compound interest was the sixth wonder of the world. So even if you only grow 1% per day, which is basically nothing, because let's be honest, bloody Litecoin and etc. Verge, all these fuckers are going up 2,000 bajillion% per day. 1% per day isn't hard, but you've turned 10k into 13.345 in the space of a month, which is not bad. Okay, obviously these are very conservative estimates. If you do 2.5% per day, I can imagine that being higher. Okay, and over time, how much is that? In the space of a month, you've made 33.45% return on your money. So that's the way the big boys grow these portfolios. Okay, a steady return. Okay, so I would recommend you have between 10 and 15. Use all your ledgers and bedges and all that crap to store them. As I said, speak to Bobby about that, and have the bulk in medium cap stocks. These large caps are pretty much all done, apart from Neo, which is going to break out soon. They're pretty much done, but the bulk should be medium stocks, in my opinion. So 60 to 80%. Small cap should be just flips. You should treat these small caps as just flips, just in, out, let it go up its bajillion%, get out of it, go into the next one, maybe reinvest the profits into the medium caps, maybe reinvest back into the large caps and just buy on the dips. And that should be 90% of your overall 10k, let's say, and then the other the other 1k should be in cash, because you need to have cash. If you see an opportunity in any one of these areas, you need to be getting in. And what you don't want to be doing is selling some of your stock for a loss to then go into BTC or cash, and then coming and then bringing it back, because you're just going to waste too much time. And as we know, there are quite a few delays, so getting Bitcoin from one place to the other can take up to 4 hours, by which point you've missed the move. So anyway, hope that helps. Just to show you the analogy with 2.5% per day, which is very doable. Sorry, that's not right. Sorry, I actually did that wrong, didn't I? I did that wrong. Sorry about that. I did actually did that wrong. It's 1.01, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, what's going on here? What's going on here? 10,000 multiply 1.01. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, so that's about right. So that's your, okay, what if we say 10 grand multiply 1 point, well, it would be 0.25, won't it? So let's say you make 2.5% per day on a 10 grand portfolio. After a month, you would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. See, 29.75. So it's only 2.5% per day, but because of Einstein's compound interest, you're actually doubling your money in the space of a month. So I'm not sure if that's helping anyone. You guys probably going to dislike this video, but there you go. Just thought I'd do a bit of simple portfolio management, because I'm seeing a lot of what I regard as mistakes. I mean, what I like to see is just a general return in your portfolio over time. I don't like to see these portfolios because they don't end well, and volatility kills performance over time. So anyway, hope that you helped. Okay, you know, Merry Christmas and all that to all you guys. And let's just have a look at this bad boy. This bad boy setting up. I wonder how many of you guys are going to buy this by the time this video finishes. Look at that. Look at that perfect volume. That's just getting ready, man. That is just getting ready. Breakout. I mean, I always put the previous high as a breakout. So yeah. Once again, this is a small cap. This is a small cap, but if you guys had cash ready, 5 to 10% of BTC on the side, you could easily take advantage of this. So it will be interesting. This video is going out at 7 p.m. I wonder how many people are going to buy this after seeing this video, but I'm expecting it to break out. And the other tip is Neo. May as well. This is not Neo. Yeah, this is Neo. So Neo's just getting ready as well. It's breaking out this large triangle. A lot of volume coming in Neo. A lot of whales are getting in here. That's all whales. Anyway, I'll leave that to you. Hope that portfolio management helped. Not sure if it did. If you want to join the private list, let me know. It'll be £40 sent out on Sundays as well as Wednesdays, and I feel that's a lot better than sending audios and as well as doing private videos. I will try to upload. Given that I'm going to do this email service, it'll make it a lot easier for me to upload videos now. And obviously, if you need me on Skype, you know where I am. I should be around for the next couple of weeks at least, and then January we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, wish you guys all the best. Merry Christmas.